You're listening to Earth 894, and let me tell you, it's going to be a grand old time because the man I have been so desperately missing in my life the last few episodes has made his triumphant return. But maybe I shouldn't have said that yet because it would have been, when you see Captain America come back for that first time in Infinity War and people lose their fucking minds in the theater, that's how you're going to react when you hear his beautiful, sweet, sweet voice speaking to you in just a minute. This is Earth 894, Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. We're talking about a lot of news because we've been doing all the She-Hulk reviews. So let's go back to the news and talk about the cool stuff that's going on and kind of catch her up wherever everything's been going on. So stick with us for the next 12 hours. Not really. My name is Devin Stone, and I am joined by the man I was just raving about and someone else you'll hear from just a second. This man needs no further introduction other than the fact that he has a sweet-ass mustache right now, but between that stash is a beautiful voice. Let me hear it, because it's Louie Tonarini. He's back.
We're getting Wolverine! He's coming. It's happening. You heard it here. It's happening.
Hi.
Hey. Wolverine is... He quickly became my second favorite Canadian, and you'll see why in 1 minute.
Oh my God. So guys, a little peek behind the curtain. We record everything remotely, and Louie yelled so intensely that I think it actually disrupted the internet connection for a second. I heard it cut out for a nanosecond. Oh man, that's the power of the excitement. But holy shit, Louie, we're getting Wolverine. We are literally getting the Wolverine. And it sounds like it's going to be MCU canon, which is the last thing I had on my bingo card. I totally thought it was not going to happen. But we'll talk more about that because the person who wanted to join it the moment the news dropped, Ryan Reynolds, gave that sweet little video. And then who's that in the fucking background? Oh my God, it's Hugh Jackman. And then everyone lost their goddamn minds. Internet broken. But what's not broken is the person we have on here because it's a computer, is it? It's a little inside joke, guys. But here I'm giggling.
I'm Sides. How are you doing, brother?
I'm so happy to be here. So happy you guys brought a Canadian to talk about the two great Canadian superheroes uniting together on the MCU. Finally, it's going to be awesome.
I honestly forgot that they are both Canadian. I knew. Wait, no. Wait. Is Hugh Jackman's Canadian? No, Wolverine's Canadian.
Wolverine is Canadian.
Because I was like, wait, he's Australian.
Yeah. Correct so far. Yeah, you're killing it.
I thought you were supposed to be nice, Tom.
I thought that was weirdly positive. You're doing a great job, bud. Hang in there.
Stop being so positive that it sounds insultive. I'm kidding. You're fine.
Hey, man, you've got this all figured out. You got this.
Yeah. You're doing great there, bud. How about a cold one? Would you like a donut?
You're doing a great job, eh?
Yeah. Oh, that's just darn terrific. Oh, I tell you what there, bud. We're going to talk some adamantium claws and some sword fighting. I tell you what there, it's going to be a good old time.
Oh, my God. Oh my God, I'm going to be dead before this episode's over. This is great. I missed you guys. So I want to know what's been going on because it's been a while since Louie's been on the pod as well as Tom. So let's kick it off right away.
MCU for you.
Louie, I was telling the last episode we recorded with Two Girls, One Multiverse, Sam and Meg. Go check out the episode and their podcasts. They're hilarious. I was telling them how I always make you go first for MCU for you. So I made Meg go first. And I think she was like, oh no, I wish Louie was here. So she wanted to go first. But you are here. So in the spirit of this podcast, I'm going to make Tom go first.
Oh, what a plot twist.
Oh, don't put it like that.
I just came back from our latest MCU character's homeland of Greece.
Oh, yeah.
Zeus. I was in Greece for about a week, and what a time that was. I looked high and low for, the god of thunder or the god of lightning, and it wouldn't answer my calls.
What a dick.
Try looking for Hercules. No dice, but I'll tell you, the beaches are really nice.
I bet they are.
No, Greece was a hell of a time. ATV'd everywhere. Food's great.
ATV'd everywhere,
Can't
really?
go wrong. Oh, yeah. I had a buddy. His name's Q, and he's Korean. Now, that normally wouldn't matter, but I'm going to tell you, he did wonders for the Asian stereotype of driving because he did not flip his ATV not once, but twice.
Wow.
So shout out to my buddy Q. He's okay, but fuck, he's reckless. I wouldn't drive with him fucking ever.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Nice, man. What was your top moment while you're in Greece?
Favorite
thing you did?
You're going through like the landscape on the ATV. You're seeing all these sights that there's mountains, ocean, like everything's around you. It's honestly, it's just a beautiful country.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
But I gotta say, just like when we were just riding around all around the landscape on the ATVs, it just took my breath away. That and trying not to die because they have those like, like you know scenes in like Mission Impossible where they're riding the motorcycles and there's like a cliff beside you. That's what it's like in Greece. And while trying not to shit my pants, I was driving. It was amazing.
Sounds like a hell of a ride. Well, awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have you back in one piece and everything. And great to hear that you had an awesome time.
Yeah, it was great. Beautiful country.
Did you get a good ass gyro or what?
Fucking right, I did. Treated myself. They said chicken or pork. I said I'll have one of each, please and thank you.
Fucking put it all on there. Extra tzatziki sauce.
Yeah. Just feta the size of my fucking fist. I'll tell you that right now.
Fuck yeah.
It was a time, boys. It was a time.
Well, that's awesome, man. And I hope tonight's going to be a great time because it's already shaping up to be an amazing one. Louie, what has been MCU for you, my man?
Oh, just working my balls off. I was not in Greece. I've been at work. Just reading all these crazy things going on in the MCU, basically. The fucking Wolverine thing, the Armor Wars thing, the Blade stuff, the Thaddeus Ross shit going on. And then I just keep talking to my wife, and she genuinely doesn't give a shit. I'll be like, yeah, they're talking about bringing in Han Solo. Can you believe that? She's like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who Thaddeus Ross is. Please stop talking to me.
I sent you to clean out the garage like an hour ago. Did you do that?
Yeah. No. I was on TikTok reading this shit. Yeah. Other than that, fucking I requested off the day of Black Panther Wakanda Forever so we can go watch that in the theater.
Ah, well, that's good news, man.
What's MCU for you, Devin?
Oh, thank you for asking. I finally just finished rewatching Spider-Man 2 with the actual, not the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2, Raimi 2.
Starring Alfred Molina as Dr.
I thought that one was that's a top tier film in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like before No Way Home, everyone was always talking about like how Spider-Man 2 is probably up there as like one of the best superhero films of all time. I mean, even like up there, and this is people are still saying this like post Endgame because it's like so iconic, it's so well done, like it's a arguably flawless movie, and like it felt good to rewatch it because like all the those are fighting words.
No.
Louie's not a fan of Spider-Man 2?
I'm ready for this debate. I'm actually, I'm kind of keen to watch this happen.
Spider-Man 2 is a great movie. Is it fucking phenomenal? No, it's good. It's very good. But no, it's
for a little while, like those other like Marvel projects before they were going anywhere, like the sequels seemed to really take off. Like X-Men 2 was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'll take X-Men 2 over X-Men, and then X-Men was The Last Stand was the third one, right? That they tried to do Dark Phoenix and it failed miserably. Yeah, X2 was pretty good.
X2 was really good. I like the first X-Men. Like personally, I thought the comedy was there. I thought just like the introduction of it all. Like I didn't mind the leather suits and all that stuff. Like
you got to look at it like a product at the time, man. I mean, just look at all the stuff that was like action based, hero based, whatever, and like late '90s to early 2000s. Yeah, it's always that.
Yeah, that cast was incredible.
What else has been MCU for you, Devin? We cut you off.
No, you're good, man. Aside from that, I am finally I'm still, this is carry on from last episode. I read one page of Secret Wars number 8. Pretty sure it's number 8 or is it 9? Whatever. But the issue where black suit Spider-Man finally shows up, the symbiote suit and everything. I'm finally there, guys. Been reading this for about 8 months, 10
Well,
months at
downhill
this
from
point.
there, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. Eventually going to finish this before the time to renew the Marvel Limited subscription. But yeah, man. I've also, just like you echo, Louie, reading up all these crazy news and everything. I'm trying to keep my head afloat and just keep it going. But aside from that, just working on some stuff behind the scenes with the podcast that we'll talk about maybe a little bit later, give a hint of what we're talking about. But it's all fun stuff. All fun stuff.
Oh yeah, I did that shit too. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. There you go. Tom's like, yeah, same.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll figure it
I
out.
have
He'll
my
figure
own
it out.
podcast. I work on that stuff all the day. That's it. Like, easy peasy.
Heck yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie. In my
You think
opinion.
so?
Yes.
Okay. No. I think that's a very fair argument.
All right. Now we got to do it. Let's rank the Spider-Man movies real fast.
Opening night, seeing No Way Home opening night in a packed theater is the best Spider-Man experience I can imagine. But
I agree.
having watched it since then, it's not as good as that first time. And I think Spider-Verse is still really good. I think Spider-Verse might be better than
Well,
No Way
you'll
Home.
never get the same kind of love that you'll get from Peter Porker, right?
Yeah.
When you get Spider-Ham into a movie, it kind of...
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. Give me more John Mulaney. Yes. In all
That's
aspects of my life.
Can he say that?
And then like Nick Cage doing Spider-Man Noir. Like I would watch a solo Spider-Man Noir if Nick Cage would commit to it. Like I would watch that 100%.
Just
Like
general.
drinking egg creams and punching Nazis.
We don't
Whenever I
choose
go,
the ballroom,
wind
we just
just
dance.
follows.
He has the best one-liners in the movie, hands down. But dude, honestly, like, I don't know if you guys been following along that really shitty Madam Web movie that Sony's making. I've read the plot leak and stuff, and it just sounds god awful. I'm not gonna go into it because I don't have the breath to save it for this episode.
I watched Morbius while I was on an airplane to Greece.
First time, or was this a rewatch for you?
First time. And I gotta tell you, if I know nothing about Spider-Man or Morbius, I'm gonna say that is a fun movie. But because I have some knowledge, very disappointing. So, like, what do you want to talk about? Like, hey, here's a fun vampire romp, and like, I love, like, Jared Leto's great, and then what's his name? British dude. He played the Doctor.
Matt Smith.
One of my favorite. Like, I loved him as the Doctor. I enjoy seeing him whenever he works.
You know, we did a short little review of Morbius a while back because it did not warrant or deserve a full episode review.
Yeah.
And also that reminded me, we still need to schedule a fucking commentary of that episode because my dumb ass posted something that I did not think would happen.
10 likes. You only needed
Dude.
Fuck, man.
You know,
I have 3 different Instagram accounts myself.
I liked it on both of my accounts, sir. Like, you were fucked.
It was both enlightening and frightening because I realized a lot of people do engage, which was great. But also I was like, oh, I totally underestimated myself in the podcast. So we need to schedule and create a watch along / commentary and record it and release it. And I am not looking forward to that. But like I was going to say, if you wanted a preview of what our mini review sounded like, basically went like this.
Well, I wish they had done that differently. How would you want them to do it? Better?
I love that clip so much.
I love the Muppets.
So, you were saying something about the Madam Web movie. I haven't seen anything about the really shitty one, but I've seen a lot about the super fucking awesome one starring the very talented Dakota Johnson. Is that her name? Dakota Fanning. Dakota something. What?
I was trying to see if I had a
hope
fart
that
sound effect.
the Twitch is live right now because your facial expression right now, Devin, is just like that, like unimpressed mother, just like no.
I think Adam Scott's in it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes, he is. And so is And so is
I just like they're not
Emma
gonna do
Roberts.
Spider-Man. Like if you're giving me a Spider-Man, fucking go for it. But you're not doing.
Do you guys want to know what the movie is supposed to be about? Do you want to know?
I mean, sure.
Do you care if I spoil this movie that's probably going to be fucking tanked anyways?
Yes.
You say you do care or you don't care?
No, it's whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, just in case, throw it out now before anyone yells
Spoilers
at me.
here.
Is that a spoiler?
I think I should
Just give us a spoiler.
You kind of did. Cut
Spoiler
that
alert.
part out.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, now you know. Now you know. Sorry, Marvel. Whoops. That's out.
And that goes for the whole episode. Okay. So TLDR. They're trying to do almost like I forget the name of the comic, but basically there's like a crisis going on with Spider-Man and blah, 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 the different like webs and shit. So this is like a early story of Madam Web, how she becomes the power, the all-seeing spider lady, crazy, whatever.
Mhm.
Why is what's his name again? Ben Scott or
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Thank you. I'm thinking of his Parks and Rec name. So him and Emma Roberts are in it, right?
Mm.
And there's shots of them. He is Ben Parker, and I believe she is Aunt May. I need to look it up on IMDb. But basically, they're basically married. They're involved. Or I think they're Peter Parker's parents, whatever. There's a very, very significant age gap between those two that it is very not okay, in my honest opinion. For them
Is
to be a
Adam
married
Scott
couple.
new?
Adam Scott and Emma Roberts.
Okay.
And if you know who it is, like
Yeah,
Emma
yeah.
Roberts, I think, is like the same age as us. And then Adam Scott is currently blah, blah, blah. Look up his age. He's born in 73. Emma Roberts, born, I think, in 1990, 1992. You really have a Madam Web one. Wow. She was born in 1991. Do the math. A little weird. But yeah. There's also, what's her face? Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney, yeah, from Euphoria and everything.
Euphoria.
She's also in it, and there's a rumor that she's supposed to be, basically.
Yes. That rumor is true.
I'm forgetting everyone's name. She's supposed to be like Gwenpool or Gwen Stacy, or not Gwenpool. Jesus Christ.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy, but oh my God, what is her? Spider-Gwen. Jesus, I'm losing everything. This is what this movie's doing to my brain.
Mm.
Because it's supposed to be this whole weird thing about they're trying to basically save a baby Peter Parker from, like, he has to be born, but I guess the risk is the parents like not actually having him or whatever. So it's the whole thing of like we need to make sure like this is in universe because he's fated to be Spider-Man, which I have an issue with.
But Uncle Ben and Aunt May aren't his actual parents, hence the nicknames Uncle and Aunt, right?
Yeah, that's why I was wrong. She's supposed to be Mary Parker, and he's supposed to be what's
John
his face?
Parker, whatever it was.
Yeah, so they're actually supposed to be Peter Parker's parents.
Okay.
That's an alliteration.
I'm trying to remember what the Amazing Spider-Man, because they say his parents.
Yeah,
Which I thought, which had a backstory that I'm upset that we didn't get more of. Like, I thought the Amazing Spider-Man 3 was going to be a fucking film.
So he's supposed to be Ben Parker, but she's supposed to be Mary Parker. See, this is what I don't get. I hope that's a typo. Maybe she's supposed to be May. It says Mary.
Well, maybe they're brother and sister.
Even weirder.
Why is
Getting
that
out of
weird?
multiverse.
No, but like they're not trying to have Peter. Like you're gonna have them introduce like this is.
Well, that could be one of the reasons why they're trying to intervene if they're trying to have Peter.
Dora the Explorer is going to be in this movie. How are you not going to go watch it opening night?
It's just because it's gonna be shitty, dude. It's gonna be such a bad movie. It's not good. But this is my grievance. If this is true from like the plot leaks and everything I've read, if they're trying to make sure that Peter Parker has to be saved or whatever because he's fated to be Spider-Man, you take away the whole significance of anyone can wear the mask. You were just talking about what, like, why is Into the Spider-Verse great, right? Like the mask always fits eventually, right? Like anyone can be like amazing, spectacular, step up and take initiative. It's really what's like how you use the power, because great power comes great responsibility. But if it's fated that this kid's always going to be it, I don't like it.
That was true for a generation. If you look at every character that is a Spider-Man, none of them come from the same year.
What do you mean same year?
Like, you have Spider-Man Noir that's clearly from the 40s.
Mm.
You got, so you can from like that, you can go like there are different generations of Spider-Man. So like the idea of everyone can wear the mask, you could still say that Peter Parker was fated to be Spider-Man. However, you can have that there's a generational truth to that.
But yeah, but like,
So you
it
can
almost
have
sounds
the
like
thing of this Peter Parker, the most well-known of the Spider-Men and women, is the one that we need the most.
and that's why I feel weird though. Like, part of it, I get it. But at the same time, you're almost putting him up there as if if he isn't Peter, if he isn't Spider-Man, then basically the whole universe falls apart, or
Yeah.
nothing's gonna work because of it. Like, that has to happen. It's almost like a point in
Yeah.
time that's like, it's almost putting him there close to even becoming like a Nexus being, where he always has to be Peter Parker or else or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I don't understand their story writing, because they've shown us in other like Spider-Man movies that it's like anyone can clearly wear the mask. It's up to other people. That's why we have Miles Morales. That's why we have Spider-Gwen. That's why we have fucking Peter Parker and everything like that.
$20.99 guys.
Yeah, Miguel and everything. Like, that's why I don't understand, like, why does it have to be like this? Like, there's so much they could probably pull from and do so many different stories and not just make it that. And that's why it's just like, it just further enforces that Sony does not know what the fuck they're doing independently with Spider-Man. And that's why it gets me so annoying.
Question. Like, how many failed movies do they need?
You know, you can make a bad movie that makes a ton of money. And that is literally
Hold on. Are you
the Jurassic World franchise.
You're going to say none of them are bad?
No, I'm saying, like, you can still,
No,
like,
I'm looking at
what
Louie.
deems
I
a
see
failure,
Louie's face right now, and I'm getting upset.
I don't even know what Louie you're doing right now. You're counting.
He's counting to 0 because all of them are amazing in his book.
I'm thinking they're all fucking gold, man. I don't know. Fucking Carnage and Toxin and the last one and the fucking Morbius, man. He says, "You're pretty little stinky pinky" in the movie. Like, fucking gold. So Morbius was great. Fucking Venom was great. Venom 2, fucking rock solid. Kraven the Hunter is going to be fucking tits. I can already tell. Sign me up.
Oh, and don't forget, what's his face? The Bad Bunny movie.
And apparently we're supposed to get the chameleon in the Kraven the Hunter movie.
Ooh, interesting.
And this is what bothers me, right? Because we have an onslaught of amazing villains that would do just nicely in the MCU.
Yep.
I would like to see them there, please. Hey, Sony, be cool. Sell it off. Make a bank. Stop doing what you're doing.
Do you know how much Marvel would have to buy Spider-Man for?
They would have to buy Sony Pictures. That's what it would come down to.
Really?
Honestly, because Sony knows how successful Spider-Man is. And even though, like, it's a joint partnership and everything, I mean, they've reworked their deals and everything. So they are getting a pretty damn good payday. Especially now after post Far From Home, because that's what kind of was like, okay, we're done here. Because
But don't you remember that amazing feeling when you saw Mysterio on the screen?
Yeah, it was great. But also, you know who was involved with that? Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige.
I know. And that's the point.
You know who's not involved in these other crap movies?
That's the point I'm making. Like,
yeah,
some of the best villains in comic books come from Spider-Man. And all I want to see is Scorpion. I want to see a Sinister Six get together and fuck his day up.
We had 5.
Yeah, but even then, like,
the 6th one just didn't show up.
He was just busy that day.
He was getting drunk in a
Vulture
bar.
got sent to another dimension, apparently. And he's able to get his suit, even though his suit was from the Thanos invasion. That made no fucking sense.
Also,
made perfect sense.
That post-credit scene made me hate that movie even more.
I just didn't understand.
I put that movie at like I put Morbius at like 4.5 stars on a good day. As soon as that post-credit scene happened, I put it immediately to a 3. Because you just made this movie more convoluted and makes no fucking sense. Why do we just spend the last hour and 27 minutes of our life watching, and then you're like, guess what? I'm gonna drive and show up like, who are you? Blah blah blah. We gotta talk about Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know what the hell he
says.
Do they even have a Spider-Man in that universe?
They did in all the trailers, and they cut him out.
Yeah.
I can't remember if there actually is a reference to Spider-Man at all. Like you actually physically see a Spider-Man. Because in the trailers you see
Yeah, he's
Daily
a
Bugle.
murderer, and
Yeah, the murderer, and he's wearing the Raimi suit, but he's in the pose that almost looks like they literally just took a screenshot of the loading screen from like the PS4 Spider-Man game,
yeah,
threw on the Raimi suit, and then fit it onto a poster on the wall in the movie. And then there's also another reference, I think, to the Amazing Spider-Man. So like they reference so many different ones. However, everyone was like, "Oh, we got to see Morbius to see what Spider-Man is actually canon in this universe," and blah blah blah. Guess what? We did not get the answer we were hoping for.
mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I mean,
before
if you
we
bring
actually
back Andrew Garfield, I'm for it. I'm fine with it. Hell, bring
Yeah.
back Tobey Maguire. Either one.
I think we'll get him in. I think we'll get him in Secret Wars. To be
Mhm.
honest,
Give me Joe Keery, Spider-Man
Joe Keery.
2025.
That's a very interesting pick for Peter Parker. As Peter
know,
Parker?
I could honestly, I could totally see that. Like he almost is like a Garfield kind of like dude,
Mm-hmm.
like cool, suave, but also nerdy and
Yeah.
secluded a little bit. Yeah, I could see that actually. I'm not.
Steve the Hair Harrington. Sign me up.
Mm. I really liked him in Free Guy.
We talked
Speaking of Free Guy, you just got us to the next point here, man. Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank you.
Good fucking job. You should host
Yeah.
a podcast.
You know,
Anyway.
I figured I might.
Fucking Ryan Reynolds came out on my TikTok the other day and he was like, "Hey guys, Ryan Reynolds here." And everyone saw it. I don't even know why I'm talking like we didn't. Fucking Deadpool 3, man.
Yeah.
Finally
That's gonna be-
announced.
That's gonna be fucking tits, man.
Can you say
That's
the thing?
Which thing are you referencing?
We're getting Wolverine.
We're getting Wolverine. It's happening.
Ah.
It is finally. And I've been waiting for Kevin Feige to give me a call, get me into the gym, get me working out so I can play Wolverine, but I guess they're going in a different direction. I mean,
Hey, never say never. He's playing
All's-
Wolverine
all's
But
well
we know
that
he
ends well,
dies.
I guess.
in 2029 in Logan.
Yeah.
They said not touching that. So
So like,
Still hope.
what do you think? What do you think is happening? Do you think it's my theory as of right now is that it's a different Earth that they're on, and then Deadpool just gets sucked into the MCU.
kind of where I'm leaning.
Like he was part of the big thing in No Way Home or something.
Yeah, you know, like how Vulture just stayed in Sony. Well, they sucked in Deadpool, and he stayed
Mhm.
God, I would love to suck in
because obviously
Deadpool.
because Deadpool knows who Peter Parker is, or no, he doesn't. He just has a great relationship with Spider-Man, and I would love to watch a buddy cop film, which is Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a buddy cop film with Spider-Man and Daredevil first.
Yeah, I think I would take. I agree.
But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested. I was telling my lovely wife today when we went out for dinner, I was like, I really want to see what goes on with Cable because
Yeah.
the way Deadpool 2 ended, you kind of have to bring Cable back.
Yeah,
Can you
and
remind
he-
me how it ended?
And he was,
well,
he
they
jumped
fixed
in
his
front
time
of,
machine thing, though, don't they?
yeah, but
So he
At
can
the end of
kinda,
the-
in theory, go back to the future.
I love that movie.
at the end of the movie, Russell was doing his fire stuff, and then Cable shoots at him, and then Wade jumps in front of the bullet and dies, and then Cable decides that he's going to stay here, and he uses his back in time machine or whatever, and puts a lead coin right where he shoots Wade, and then it hits the coin, and Wade lives. But now they're all a big happy family with Dopender, the rapist guy, Deadpool and Cable and Domino. Oh, Domino. Yeah. So it seems like Cable's sticking around. And I think that's funny because he was Thanos. So
Yeah.
it's like double trouble for Josh Brolin. And I can't wait for them to just shoehorn the shit out of that all
The
over
meta
that
joke.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that kind of joke.
I mean, in Deadpool 2, he yells at him. He goes, "Zip it, Thanos!" But
right.
But that's, that was a whole different thing. So now I'm like fucking jazzed that we're getting Josh Brolin coming in here as Cable, probably.
Fucking double dipping that Marvel money. Good for him.
You know, it's funny too, because like, didn't the initial video that Reynolds posted on Instagram, or whatever, didn't he actually mention the words MCU? Like, hey guys, been wondering how it's gonna go into, like how it fits in, because he mentions like, yeah, sorry, I was too busy, couldn't make it to D23, just thinking about it, this movie and everything, blah blah. So he actually mentions MCU.
Yeah.
So this 100% is going to be like bridging him into it, which makes me very happy.
This is canon.
Because I was really afraid they were going to be like, hey, you know what, Deadpool's great. We're going to keep it great by just leaving it on its own. I feel like if you want to make it great, you got to actually bring it into what's been working, because then it makes it more fun and opens up like more possibilities to actually have him interact with anyone from the MCU. Like, I don't know who they might actually choose. I know they probably got to be very, very careful who they pick and who they like choose to associate Deadpool with. Like, I probably wouldn't see him or expect to see him sharing a scene with Miss Marvel, right? But with Spider-Man or Daredevil,
I can only hope so. He would
She-Hulk.
shit all over Miss Marvel.
I want to see a scene
Wonderful.
between Daredevil and She-Hulk where they both break the fourth wall to each other.
No, Deadpool and She-Hulk.
What'd I say?
You said Daredevil.
My
That's
bad.
okay. We're all waiting for Daredevil to show up in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Something's got to make that show somewhat interesting. Anyways,
I see. I'm loving the show. It reminds me of, you remember like season 2 of South Park where they ended on the cliffhanger in season 1 of who Eric Cartman's father was, and then they had the season 2 premiere and they just aired a Terrence and Phillip episode because fuck you were hilarious. That's what She-Hulk's been doing, and I think it's hilarious. I am laughing every day.
Because one thing if it was still good.
So mad.
It's just.
Do you see all the comments? Just give me fucking Daredevil. It's just a reminder. By the way, guys, it's not called Daredevil. It's She-Hulk. So just chill. All right, chill.
It is very meta.
I love it.
It's, you know, Sam and Meg from the Two Girls Multiverse podcast, they actually made me think differently that wedding episode and then this latest episode. Everyone's seen episode 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made me realize the wedding episode is better than I thought it was, because that 100% does seem staged, because it sets up Josh and everything. You never see a groom. I didn't even think about that. And then, of course, Josh is a bad motherfucker, and not the good way, not the Samuel L. Jackson way. And everyone wants to fucking kill him for good reason.
Yeah.
And it made me think, okay, there is a little bit more here. However, I feel like this whole series so far is just, this is the last thing I'll say before we go back into the actual thing we were talking about. But it just feels like it's taking forever about this whole, hey, blood, mystery, blood. We're almost done with the whole series, and I feel like we never even got to like any good like juiciness of what is actually, who's behind this? Why do they want the blood? What's the real conflict here, right? It just feels like it's really dancing
also
around.
I think you're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
I probably am and need to revisit this show once it's actually all 9 episodes
what
out.
This show is a sitcom.
And I think that's what I don't like. I think I'm not actually liking sitcom Marvel.
It's like a shitty sitcom, man. Come on.
It is well written. It is very well written. It's just I'm not enjoying
every episode. There's the like it's Ally McBeal meets superheroes.
It's just I feel like it doesn't have to have the She-Hulk in it at all at this point. She's not bringing anything to the table. Other than she is the She-Hulk.
If she's not She-Hulk, she doesn't have the lawyer gig she has, and that's where
if she's not the She-Hulk, then the show is just about Jen. And I my thing is, see, I've been doing these episodes by myself, and I can't really bounce my stuff off of anybody. But like Tatiana Maslany is like really hot.
Yeah,
and she's like a really successful lawyer. And she's funny, and she's nice, and she's just like, nobody fucking likes me.
Paper's okay with me, you know what I mean?
Nobody likes me. Everybody wants She-Hulk, and I'm just like, fucking, I want you, bitch. Fuck. I mean, I'm married and everything. Let's get that out of the way. But you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that everybody's just like, ew. No, come on, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I agree. It does feel kind of a little like unrealistic. It feels like they keep beating that into like a dead horse.
That this is just more from Jen's perspective as well. Like it's just how she sees herself and how she sees the She-Hulk. Like it's not a constant state of rejection. It's just a confidence issue within herself. And now I know I have a stepladder for all the reaching I'm doing right now, guys. It's fine.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine.
But like it's kind of like with all the fourth wall breaking, there's a lot of it's her perspective, it's her story. So it's her version of seeing Jen that she doesn't have the confidence in herself that She-Hulk seems to have. And then we're gonna find out on the 9th episode that she had the strength to be She-Hulk all along. Or Jen with the She-Hulk confidence all along.
It's gonna be Jen who saves the day, not She-Hulk.
Probably. I mean, all I'm saying is like in my mind there hasn't been a bad episode. I watch and I laugh and I think it's just terrific. We're getting characters from Marvel Comics that I never thought would see the light of day ever.
That is true.
And it's just dumb fun.
My thing is, it's not a bad show, right? Ms. Marvel was bad. What If was fucking horrid. But this show is not bad. It's just not like right now my wife and I are watching Cobra Kai. And I came home the other day, she's like, "All right, let's watch another episode of Cobra Kai." And I was like, "Oh, it's Thursday." She goes, "Fuck." Like we can't watch Cobra Kai. Now we got to sit here and watch fucking Jen go have a schwitz or whatever the fuck she said. Hankering for a pamperin or something.
Hurting for a yurtin, buddy.
Hurting for a yurtin. That's, yeah.
I need to clip that.
Oh, just fucking get on with something. Can something happen? Can something fucking happen? I watch sitcoms. Stuff happens in sitcoms. Nothing's happening in the show.
I mean,
I'm watching
all of
New Girl.
Now. There's not a lot that happens in the span of 22 minutes.
I watched like New Girl. I watched How I Met Your Mother. Stuff happens in those shows. I right now it's just like, what happened in this episode? Jen went to the thing. Abomination wasn't there. She-Hulk wasn't there. There was a man bull and a matador guy, but he's
not a matador. He's a swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler. That's right.
But he is a mutant.
Although he dabbled with matadoring in high school.
Oh,
and he is a mutant.
Yeah.
So since we're fully into this fucking thing now, it was like so obvious that Josh was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? It was like so very obvious, even in the wedding episode.
Yeah.
So by the end of this episode, I was coming up with different things to be like, they're not going to give us the obvious thing, right? Like, so it was like the people at the resort, I thought they were all going to attack Jen to get her blood. The homie from the wrecking crew was there.
No.
And I was like, oh, they're all going to attack Jen and take her blood. And Emil Blonsky's like a fucking the headmaster of this crazy villain group that we are just finding out. And then that didn't happen. And then they showed like 3 days earlier and Josh was doing his thing. I was like, oh, they came here and kidnapped Josh and they made her delete his number because they don't want her to find out that they kidnapped him and then they're going to steal her blood that way. And no, it was just Josh. He's like, here's a picture of her. Oh, fucking a few emojis for our fucking master plan. Here's a fucking couple emojis. Fuck off. Fucking show. I was like, damn it. I was right the first time.
I was telling Louie and our friend Brian, Mr. Marvel Minutes, earlier, and this is so. Let me, before I go into my crazy theory that I hope is actually crazy and not legitimate, because I feel like it could be. Tom, do you think we're gonna get Red Hulk in this show?
In the show, I think we might actually.
What do you think is gonna be Red Hulk?
Well, I think we've all heard the Stark Wars theory. I'm not.
I have not.
You have not.
No.
So it was Michael O'Rear who guested on Lights Camera Rant, and he said because we didn't see anything with Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Let's go!
Because he didn't see anything with her, but she's a part of the Thunderbolts. Why not have a female Red Hulk? So Red She-Hulk essentially, and have her be it. because Thaddeus.
Because
Thaddeus
Betty Ross
Thunderbolt-
is Red She-Hulk.
Well, the cool thing about movies is that we can change it up a little bit.
I guess.
Yeah, but so why not do that just because William Hurt died? And I thought that was like an awesome theory. But then like we have the whole conversation of that Harrison Ford is being eyed to play Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. And I was just like, well, okay. I guess no one cared about that character as much as they cared about T'Challa. So recast him.
Absolutely. But still, it's wrong to recast. But, I mean, am I supposed to care about Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross more than I care about T'Challa?
Yeah. That's two different, like...
No, I'm just
recasting
saying, it's the same...
No, but I do agree. You still have a fair point though, Tom, because I was thinking about that myself too. Like, if you choose to like recast one character who like passed away, but you choose not to for someone else, like those are two different like decisions and why this versus that.
And I think it hurts the MCU more for not recasting him. Actually,
which one?
Not recasting T'Challa. To be honest, like you just think about like young, African American or anyone of that race going like, I have a superhero on screen, and it's unfortunate that Chadwick Boseman died, but those kids still want a hero to look up to, and he was the only one on the screen for a little while. Now we have like more, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's why I'm very interested in seeing where they go with this.
You think M'Baku's gonna get it?
No, but I fucking love him. So
okay. All I'll say on that front, I don't want to go any further because I know I'm going to accidentally ruin something.
Don't you fucking say anything.
I'm just saying. I saw the full.
You
Black
saw the
Panther
Funko
suit.
Pop.
I saw the suit, and by looking at it, it gave me a clear definition of who is wearing it. Most likely, that's all I'll say. So I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Okay.
Going back to what we were saying though with the Red Hulk theory and everything. So there's been theories, and I agree with these, and I've seen the little bits and pieces here, and this is where I feel like it'd be could they give us a Terrence and Phillip result as a fuck you after doing all this, or could it actually be legitimate? So Ched, right? He's in the family, so he could potentially have the same kind of mutation, or just maybe mutation is not the good word here, but like whatever makes the Banner blood unique, so they can actually handle the gamma radiation and blah, 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 blah. That's how we got the Hulks. In that DJ episode, he has so many red things. A red air horn. He's got a red shirt. Red this, red that. Literally, he's always seen with red. If you watch the credit illustrations every episode where he's like sitting back at their family dinner, and he's got a red shirt. He's always got red. So it's possible. And then literally he calls himself the Incredible Hulk as his DJ name at the wedding reception.
Yeah.
It's right there. So this is my theory. I got two. He's literally a red, get it, herring to make us think, oh, it's totally going to be him, and then it's not, because I don't really foresee this guy being a big Marvel character. It just does. I'm not getting that from this actor.
Okay.
They probably would have picked someone a little bit more notable if that was the case. Just being completely honest. However, Louie brought up the perfect point. Oh, they're going to give us not Josh being totally evil. Like we saw that a mile away, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they literally did the thing that made the most common sense. And it's like not surprising at all. So that's why I feel like he literally could be Red Hulk, and they've been just trying to be campy with it. So if they do, my way, if he becomes it, is going to be something silly, like straight out of a cartoon where Jen, She-Hulk, whatever, is battling with someone else, maybe Titania or whoever else is trying to do all this blood-sucking nonsense. Where they're going to come to a point where they're like both diving and fighting over the vial of her blood that they finally secured, and then they both fall to the ground, and then basically the vial goes flying in the air. Everyone's looking at it, doing those shots of everyone's face zoomed in, and you just see very slow motion, whoosh, 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 of the vial just spinning in the air, and then out of fucking like the Kool-Aid Man, who's also red, just pops out of the goddamn wall, blows everything out of the fucking proportion, has no context, no reason to be wherever this battle is taking place, and it's Chattable Hulk just going like, "What's up, everybody?" It probably says "What's up" as if it's a scary movie, and then all of a sudden he has a fucking paper cut that he got from, I don't know, picking his nose, and then the vial hits him on his fucking dumb head and then breaks, and the blood, just the tiniest little drop, seeps into that paper cut, and then bam, Red Hulk. It sounds ridiculous, right? And I'm making it ridiculous. But the point being, I could see it based off how the show is going. That could be actually credible. And that could be how we get this crazy, like, Thunderbolt level character because of this.
Tread Hulk.
Tread Hulk. So, yeah, whatever. So that's how that's my tinfoil Loki hat theory.
So they, like, completely recast the Incredible Hulk. I feel like they can completely recast the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Just going to go ahead and say that.
That is true.
We also recast Rhodey.
They should bring back it. No, actually, never. That does make. Oh, I don't know. That maybe for your Secret Wars. I was going to say they should bring back people who got recast in the MCU, like regardless of what their character level was, and just make them a Skrull in Secret Invasion.
That would be hilarious, actually. Just a little bit off.
No way you're going to get, like, what was his name? Terrence Howard and everything. He's
Terrence
not gonna come
Howard.
back.
Terrence
He'd probably
Howard
be
won't know.
like, fuck you.
I'm
not
back,
doing that.
man. He finally gets to put on that suit that he was
Mhm.
so excited to wear.
Speaking of putting on
next
suits
time.
you're excited to wear and then being back, man. Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Deadpool
Yeah.
3.
So
Coming hewn.
So yeah, so my theory on this, like, I don't think that Wolverine will be MCU-ish canon. Like, I think there's another Wolverine to come. But I do think that we are gonna have some kind of adventure with Deadpool, and then he gets sucked into the MCU.
Kind of like maybe they split ways or something.
Yeah, kind of just something like what I like about Deadpool is that it's so unpredictable.
Mhm.
You can't, like, I didn't see Juggernaut coming from a mile away. And even though
Holy shit balls.
Yeah.
It's the Juggernaut.
and that was a great
Juggernaut,
version of
bitch.
Juggernaut. Like, am I
That
wrong?
was the
Like,
fucking best.
yeah. And
Oh,
like it's torn
man.
to fucking bits. Like the beautiful thing is that you can go in any direction here. Like, as much as I would love to drop theories with you guys, I was just like, I can't wait to see fucking Hugh Jackman on screen again. I also want to see, I kind of want to see Hugh Jackman in the full costume, if that's cool. Like, why the fuck not?
Absolutely.
I think that'll be a good question is like, what costume will they actually give him? Will we finally get like the
I think they
The
give
yellow
the orange
one?
one. Because he already kind of has the orange one, does he not?
is that in
From Wolverine, like that post credit scene in
Yeah.
the Wolverine.
Origins?
No, not Origins.
No.
It's the
Not that
the
masterpiece.
samurai Wolverine.
One where he's in Japan.
The Wolverine. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so they give him like here's a suit of armor, even though he heals himself, but whatever. So
Wasn't he also looking at a suit? Was it in Days of Future Past? He looks at the suit. He's like, ugh, not today or not that thing. Or am I thinking of the same scene you just mentioned? 'Cause I swear there was like one where they showed like the OG kind of suit, and he's just like, ugh.
Yeah, he's like on a plane and he opens up a
that's in the
briefcase. The Wolverine. I have never seen it.
Wolverine. It's worth a
Somehow.
watch.
I saw it.
I
I thought it
have
was
it.
pretty decent.
Yeah,
I haven't. I've just never watched it.
yeah.
I think we're blowing the Wolverine out of proportion here, man. I don't think he's going to be a main character in the movie.
In
think
Deadpool
he'll
3,
be-
you don't think he's gonna be a main character?
No, I like.
I think we'll be
They
in
hinted
it.
to some things. Like, I think we're gonna see an epic fight between Deadpool and Wolverine. But I don't, and then I think he's gonna go into a universe where he finds a Wolverine that actually loves him. So
Dude, I
like,
totally
would
think
be
it's gonna be
awesome.
like him and Cable level.
yeah.
Like just like Double 2. I think they're gonna do the same thing with him and Hugh Jackman.
So the
and,
cool thing is like you're
Wolverine.
gonna have two immortals going at it. Like they heal, like all this stuff. Like
True.
stab him in the head, slice his fucking arm off, whatever. Like Deadpool's coming back at you, and then you have the same thing with Wolverine. Like you're just down for like it's gonna be an epic battle of proportion. Like we're gonna
That'll
get
probably be a
that
bit.
fight.
It'll be a bit. It's like, why won't you die? Why won't you die? Wait, you don't die? No. Wait, you don't? Oh.
Yeah, and then like they're just gonna see it as a moot point.
I just want to see how like Wolverine puts up with or Logan puts up with just Deadpool's dirty talk all the time and like sense of humor. He's just gonna be like, I cut you the throat, but it's just gonna grow. Like I cut your tongue out, but it just grows back.
You think he's like the guy in Men in Black? You
Go.
shoot his head and his head just grows back, but you like
Mm-hmm.
it's a slower process. So maybe it's just like for the silent. And if you did cut off Deadpool's head, what would grow first, from the neck down or from the neck up?
Or would they both grow and then you get two?
Yeah.
Just self replicate.
Oh my goodness, I have no idea. You guys are.
I guess it's from the
blowing my
brain,
fucking
right?
mind
Because
here.
that's what it all comes down to.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm stumped.
we just went full circle here on the Earth 894 podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I know if it's Hydra, you cut off one head, two more grow back. I guess that would be the interesting part. What would be the villain in this movie? I don't know anything about like Deadpool's like catalog of villains, if that's even like qualified to say as a description.
No.
I don't really know. So I mean, like I said, sky's the limit. I just kind of curious, what would the conflict be in this movie? You know,
That's another good one. Like, who do you use?
You don't need anybody of name value.
yeah, you don't need anyone. I wonder what the whole movie is going to be like. Truly, like, what
And
is the problem they're trying to solve?
In the first movie, he fought a guy named Ajax.
Yes.
Named
And
after
in the
this
second
soap.
movie, he fought a guy, the little kid named Russell. And like Deadpool is on a whole nother level. It's like Spider-Man and Deadpool,
Mhm.
and then everybody else underneath, you know?
Mhm.
So I feel like you could put him against fucking Joe Blow, and everyone's going to go watch this movie. It doesn't matter. As
Yeah.
long as Deadpool's on it, it doesn't matter. So sometimes you need a compelling villain like an Eric
Deadpool's about to be
Killmonger or
deported
something.
from the U.S. back to Canada, and he uses
Yeah.
Wolverine's help because he goes, "What you use for your paperwork, Wolverine? Wolvie, what you got going on?"
It'd be funny, cool, kind of cool too, if they actually decide to not do a Deadpool villain and they actually do a Wolverine villain or like an X
Well,
Men.
they kind of like that's what they've been doing. Is that it's mostly been X-Men villains, right? It's clear that Deadpool has been like an X-Men guy.
Yeah, he's in that
Yeah.
universe.
He's a trainee.
Yeah, and that one scene where you have all the first class like there and they're hiding and they just don't want to see him and they slowly but surely close the door. Fucking beautiful. Deadpool.
I found out that like little cameo too was almost like not even possible, but they just happened to be shooting around the same time that they were able to like do that quick moment, and I'm glad they did because it was pretty funny.
It was just a perfect cameo.
Jeff
Also-
Dahmer was standing there, he shuts the door.
Oh, God. Also, I forgot to mention I watched Deadpool for the first time since I ever watched it in like 2017 this past week because Alyssa's never seen Deadpool or Deadpool 2, so we watched it and I must say it holds up pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The first one is really fucking good. The second one's still good, but the first one's amazing.
First one was great.
Can I? This is an unpopular opinion, but that one clip that we got of Wade Wilson in Wolverine Origins was very entertaining. Can we
Wait.
Can we agree on that?
No. Are you talking about at the end?
No, the beginning.
Oh, where he's doing the swords?
The sword stuff, but like that
Okay.
when he was Wade Wilson, not their version of Deadpool where they take
Okay.
away his mouth.
Okay.
Like
That's better. You're better. Yes.
yeah, like that.
So that was fine.
That potential right there. Like I thought that was
Okay.
going to be like when you first sat in on Wolverine Origins and you see like Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson and you just go like, are they gonna? And then you get to the end and you go, they didn't, and they fucked it up. I hate you so much, Fox. But
You
People
totally
are
just take out
dead.
Fox and put Sony there, and it
Yeah.
still makes sense.
yeah, and you're just like, but like that whole beginning of like Ryan Reynolds using his mouth, the good with the swords, all that. Like I thought that was like a perfect beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just loved him going into that room and doing the thing with the swords where he's going back and forth and he's blocking all the bullets and he's cutting bullets in half and people are shooting him. And then you get to Deadpool 2 and Cable's shooting at him and he's doing the same thing and he just keeps getting shot in the fucking face.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not as fast as I used to be.
That
That's
was
just
very well done.
hilarious.
Fuck, it's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
mean, that part of that movie was what led to Deadpool being a thing. The
Yeah.
movie becoming a thing. So yeah, obviously that was one of the things they did right. That and the awesome claws the first time you see him when he cuts the sink in half. Those are the
Mhm.
two best parts of the movie.
Yeah. Or when he gets on the motorcycle. Oh, how much do you weigh? I recently put on some weight. Like this is like that's a good joke.
The best.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
Good times.
Just the
Like,
best.
there's a little bit of gold into X-Men Origins Wolverine.
A lot of bit of gold. Did you just call me Blob? No. That movie's the best.
Yeah. And then like that was
Oh,
also our
shit.
first introduction of Gambit.
Yeah. Remy LeBeau.
Yeah.
Before the Channing Tatum, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I still want to see Channing Tatum take on Remy LeBeau. I think he's excellent casting for that.
I know he
Channing
really
Tatum
it broke
wants
his heart.
nothing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Marvel
like
anymore.
when that movie got canceled and canned or whatever by Fox, it
Yeah.
literally broke his heart. He said he was so depressed and like because he was so excited to like finally be a superhero and he loved that character.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I also agree. I think it is possible, like phase 7 or beyond, we could see him actually finally make do and become Gambit.
Like honestly, like why not? Like
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he's doing now. He hasn't been like he's been a side character of just showing up in other things. He's in that Sandra Bullock movie.
He was in
about-
Lost World. Lost
Yeah.
City.
Yeah,
Dog.
Yeah.
He was in Dog.
Dog? Did you just bring up Dog? I forgot all about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Dog?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
And
with
then
him
he's in Free Guy for like a red hot minute. He's
and Dog.
he's one of the
Is he like the character avatars?
yeah.
Yeah. Louie, did you see Free Guy?
No,
Dude, you got to watch Free Guy. It's on HBO, I think. You
No,
gotta
it's on
watch it.
Disney.
Is it on
Plus.
Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, it is on
Disney
Disney.
Plus.
Dude, go watch Free Guy if you can this weekend. That movie is actually surprisingly very entertaining.
Well, we have to watch Hocus Pocus 2.
I started the first half of that.
I haven't watched it yet, too.
Yeah. We're gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. It's delightful. I mean, like if you just want to like go back to when like 1990, a simpler time in the 90s, it's just charming.
Just bring on the spook, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I'm all for it. Give me the Sanderson
Okay.
sisters for days. I love how all
Yes.
over the place this podcast is. We came in on a mission and we just all over it.
Hey,
Well,
if-
today
I love
there
it.
was no agenda.
Yeah, I know.
So we're allowed to do whatever the fuck we want.
I
kinda
know.
nice.
I love
Usually
it.
there's an
It's kinda
agenda.
nice.
I like Pinocchio with the strings cut off. Let's go nuts, boys.
Yeah.
it is pretty
On
fun,
Monday,
honestly.
Devin's gonna have another guest, and they're gonna be on a schedule. And
Yeah.
we're just not. We're fucking.
Yeah.
We're Madam
We
Web.
already
Let's
talked
talk
about
more
episode
about
7 of
that shit.
She-Hulk. What are you going to do on Monday, Devin?
Why do you think I was trying to cut us off in conversation? Oh man, no, it's okay though. I think it was like I'm getting out my frustrations of She-Hulk here, so I could be more positive on the She-Hulk directed episode,
Yeah.
or not.
More positive.
But positively, sure, we're excited for Wolverine, and like I said, we got a lot of Wolverine references in a short period of time. I mean, in She-Hulk, what was it, episode 2?
Mhm.
With the whole thing, we're like, oh my god. I think even more little. I can't remember if there's a Wolverine design shoot in that one
Yeah, there
episode.
was.
Yeah, so that's another one, and then right away, guess what? What we're talking about right now, like that's a lot of Wolverine in a short span of time. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
I-
and more mutants are coming out of the woodworks, man. I mean, like I have a little list here, but they also just confirmed in an interview Namor is a mutant in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
And then we know Miss Marvel's a mutant. Now we know Wolverine's going to be here. There's another mutant, Mr. Matador dude in She-Hulk. bioelectricity. He's a mutant.
He's a swashbuckler.
So one thing
Mr. Immortal from She-Hulk is a mutant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Exactly. So it's like they're there. They are there.
I think
How did they get there?
You were
How long
talking
have they
about
been
with Mr. Marvel minutes there. About the one shoe from the Fantastic Four was Ben Grimm.
Yeah,
So
the thing.
do you think that that's like because he's gonna show up? Not as the thing, but like we
Ben
already
Grimm.
know who's cast as Ben Grimm. Here he is, and he's just gonna like be the one to sweep Jennifer Walters off her feet, and then we're gonna see the first ever She-Hulk and Thing sex scene in the Marvel universe.
Well,
if it is Jason Segel, I really don't want to see him sweep Jennifer Walters off her feet.
He could be charming. Do you not see them up in movie?
have you guys seen Forgetting Sarah
I've
Marshall?
watched all of How I Met Your Mother. I watched How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
But if you saw,
What was the one with Cameron Diaz?
Sex tape.
Where he says, "I fucking love you," and she goes, "I love fucking you."
if you saw Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you get to see all of Jason Segel.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of smash and clobber in time, sexual innuendo jokes right there. But
bang,
bangity bang. There was a rumor going around for a while saying we were going to get like Jason Segel as Ben Grimm and actually showing up in She-Hulk. But now I'm really not sure how much I believe or buy that, because after D23, we didn't get Fantastic Four casting like we thought what we were cheering for.
Yeah, but we also didn't get anything Deadpool related, and here we are now with Wolverine and Deadpool 3. Like,
right,
we're getting Wolverine.
But Feige did say recently, shortly after D23 and everything, saying they wanted to hold off on their Fantastic Four casting because they wanted to make sure the director has a say, and they want that to be.
Yeah. You also know who's a well-known liar? Is Kevin Feige. Like in fighting your trust.
I don't think liar is a fair
white
word.
lies. Whatever parents do to tell kids like to behave themselves, that's what Kevin Feige does. He does the good kind of lying. I'm just saying, dude can't be trusted because you say one thing, you get another. I wanted to see the Hulk in Infinity War. We did not see the Hulk in Infinity War, and I saw a trailer for Infinity War where the Hulk is running beside Captain America.
Yeah, but that's the difference there. You saw a preview of an already existing character. This is a brand new character who is not surfaced in the MCU yet. That's a surprise.
What I would love to do is give you misdirection and saying, what you may have heard is this, and yes, that may be true, but I'm going to tell you this one little lie to throw you off the whole beaten path.
Well, my thing is also, I don't understand, why would Ben Grimm even be in this series?
Well, because Ben Grimm does have a relationship with Jennifer Walters.
Oh, he does.
Like there is a Thing and She-Hulk relationship.
There's a thing.
Fuck.
They do.
Language.
I heard Donkey Kong might be.
There's a bunch of other characters that she does have sexual intercourse with, but I mean
Matt Murdock.
Yeah, but
the Hulk, Thor.
The Hulk? Weren't they always cousins?
It's like an alternate universe or some shit.
Okay,
yeah, she fucks everybody.
Sure,
she's a whore bag.
She's got a healthy appetite, and that's fine. I don't knock
there
it.
Twerking and body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yeah, she's doing her thing.
Yeah, so I'm all for it. I'm just saying.
That's how I meant
Would
to
you
play.
stop with the damn stuff? You're killing me here.
I'm just saying. I think if we're gonna get someone, it's gonna be Ben Grimm, and maybe I'm just Ralph Bonering or Mephistoing it on up, but.
I'm sorry, Ralph Bonering and Mephistoing. I'm just sorry. That just sounds hilarious.
Maybe you're Mephisting my boner.
Yeah.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
Okay, I'm done, Louie.
Yeah, but like maybe that's the case, but like I think like why not?
Who do you have as playing Ben Grimm in the MCU?
Well, I had it as Jason Segel, and I was kind of okay with it.
What about Seth Rogen? That's the other one I keep seeing. You haven't seen Seth Rogen?
I have not seen Seth Rogen. But
No,
could
I
you
don't want
imagine?
Seth Rogen.
Can you
is
imagine
the
this
thing.
though? It's clobbering time.
But I've seen Seth Rogen.
Where's
and
my
I've seen,
bong while I clobber this guy?
Oh my god.
But I don't know.
That'd
Do
be
not, I
hilarious.
think if Jason Segel comes in as Ben Grimm, then you have to have an older Fantastic Four. So I think John Krasinski's chances go up.
Yeah.
Well, it's also there's that theory that like they might be stuck in.
Oh, did you not see the other thing? Another
quantum
bringing us
realm.
back to Wolverine is that John Krasinski tweeted like, "This is our film. Isn't this our film?" So doesn't that kind of make you think?
He's actually producing a film featuring Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it would be cool if he actually is the director of this movie.
It would be cool if Reed Richards just shows up too. By the way, like,
I can't say no to that.
yeah, just because his Reed Richards was amazing to me. Like, as brief as it was, just the fucking seriousness.
Yeah, the smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy can kill you with just one word. Do it. And she's like, "What mouth?"
Yeah, they just ripped off the Matrix. Thank God she saw that movie, eh?
Yeah, and then you know what he does? He goes to push her. He goes to grab her shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, and I
He's
suddenly have
still
a
a
craving.
gentleman.
And I now have a craving for some string cheese.
How do you know he was? You said he's a gentleman. How do you know he's reaching for her shoulder? What, you know what's really close to the shoulder? Could have just been like
Her nose. Got your nose. Her true weakness. Or maybe she's going to take her vision. Oh, wait.
Oh, too soon.
What mouth? What mouth? What nose? I got your nose.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, I got you $1.
Hey, how'd you know about that leaked episode of What If?
No more What If.
What was your big problem with What If?
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
That was my big problem with it. It was fucking awful.
The issue we had was like the fact that if they wanted to do a different story, it involved them killing off people all the time. I
Yeah.
feel like you can do stuff without having to literally kill people nonstop. Some episodes it was fine.
Yeah.
Like
That was not
killing-
my issue.
Like the one where, well, for me it is. It felt like, okay, what happens if this happened? Oh, it involves we just had to kill this person. It's like, I don't know. Can you make him like slip on a fucking banana peel and just turns out they just didn't get bitten by a spider or something?
I really enjoyed evil Michael Douglas.
That one was okay because that made sense. He's doing revenge. He's taking out everyone to piss off Fury. That I liked. That episode was kind of cool.
Yeah, he was cool for that one episode. Then you never fucking saw him again.
And Zombies was decent.
That was my problem with What If.
Because it was just a one-off.
Every episode seemed like it was the first episode of a better show, and then they would just end it there. It was just like the last 3 episodes or whatever of What If, where there was a fucking thing happening, when there was a story. That was decent. That was okay. But like the Thor episode, you're just like, oh my fucking god.
That
the Doctor
Thor
Strange
episode was stupid.
The Doctor Strange episode, I fell asleep like 4 times. I was like, this is fucking terrible.
I watched that 3 times.
That's the only one I don't
so
agree
did
with you
I.
on,
And
Louie.
I
That's why
didn't
I'm
make
really
it through
surprised
it.
you didn't like that Doctor Strange episode because that episode was dark.
It was very dark.
I
It was
don't
good.
remember.
And then they split
I-
the universe. Like it was like split in 2. One direction, he goes in one way, and then another.
Yeah, like that I
Yeah.
thought was pretty intense. But see, also I thought that was going to be a pretty big plot point in Multiverse of Madness.
You know, I have a deep, deep love for Haley Atwell and Captain Carter.
Yeah.
And that first episode of What If, I was so stoked. It was my birthday. Do you remember, Devin? It was my birthday when that came out. I was like, here we fucking go. And then I was like, what the fuck was that? That was what? And then the next episode, you're like, okay, let's get more info. And then it was like, nope, here's some fucking shit with Gamora or something. Fuck that show.
I mean, granted, the whole point was it's supposed to be anthology, but I think their issue was they're making like an anthology show that also had to have like a through line because at the very end, it's this whole like multiversal war or whatever for What If. So it's kind of like, hey, some of this stuff was going to be the whole storyline. So I think I totally was going into the series thinking they're literally just saying, let's just do all the fun stories of what if this happened, what if it was that way, just to make it like one little standalone story every time. Don't try and connect some of them and not connect some of them to like try and have a big like end story. You know, that's where I think they failed at.
Okay.
Because I think it totally would have been better if it was just like, let's just do one fun story every episode and that's it. leave it alone.
I
let
like
it
the
be.
excitement of having like the Watcher involved, and then giving like all those powers to what was his name? The robot. Like,
Oh, it was Infinity Ultron or whatever.
Arnim Zola.
no,
Ultron?
Yeah, Ultron. When Ultron when
Oh, that's what you said, Devin. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That's okay. Was he called Infinity Ultron?
yeah,
Or was he called something else?
not I guess Infinity Ultron's fine. But like I just I guess I didn't see that comment, like that whole we're gonna combine all of these together. Like I was super down with that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that part still was good, though. Like, that was actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
With the whole battle and everything, that was...
But I
Not
like
that bad,
each
actually.
one had their little build up. Like I liked Agent Carter, like the real first Avenger, or Captain Carter. And then I get that you're trying to tell, you're gonna give us a bunch of these little things to help us defeat this evil thing. So you're gonna assemble a brand new style of Avengers. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So, yeah. What do you guys think of the Armor Wars becoming a movie?
Subtle change, very good.
What if?
Why not? If they have if I think that's the kind of show that needed to be on a big screen. To be honest, you're gonna if this is something that's gonna go on with the remainder of Tony's collection of Iron Man. I don't know much about the Armor Wars or what they're supposed to be, but I feel like that's something that's worth being on a bigger screen for.
I'm curious too. I know a little bit about the comic reference or source materials, but
I know literally nothing. I have no clue what's going. I know, fuck is his name? War Machine. War Machine's going to be in it. Justin Hammer's supposed to be in it,
Riri Williams is supposed to be in it,
and that's going to be the return of White Vision.
So this took place from December 1987 to June 1988. And it was a 7-issue Iron Man story arc that appeared from Iron Man number 225 to 232. That's insane. It went from 87 to 88. Actually, that's not that bad. I thought that was 89. Part 1, Stark Wars. Part 2 is Glitch. Part 3 is The Last Mandroid. Okay, anyways. I need to read this. But there's a what if version. What if Iron Man lost to Armor Wars? Ooh. So the reason I bring this up, though, is I know it does involve Justin Hammer a lot. And now that we have Riri Williams coming with Ironheart before this, it is supposed to have her involved in everything.
Yeah.
And what do they say at D23? Do they say that Armor Wars is it takes place directly after Captain America New World Order? Or was it Secret Invasion?
It's a great
I feel
question.
I think it was because we know Don Cheadle is in he's in Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
So many secrets that I'm losing my mind.
I hope he gets nominated
what?
for all the awards again.
Wait, what?
Will you not remember that he got nominated for the best supporting actor for his
Oh
role?
yeah, and he tweeted. He was like, honestly, guys, I get it. I don't understand it either, but whatever. It was kind of funny. He was just yeah, I don't understand how I got this nomination too, but here we are.
That 35 seconds he's on the screen that was acting.
I kind of wish he won, just to be go up there and be I guess I should thank people for what I did or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony Mackie.
Right? The true star of the show.
Anthony Mackie look like a aardvark.
It's hilarious. But yeah, Louie, you asked how we feel about this.
What's up, Devin?
You were saying how do we feel about this? I was a little because this was shortly after all this rumors have been going on and leaks about Morbius. I mean, goddamn Morbius, other vampire hunter, Blade being in kind of a pickle right now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually am more in favor of this being a movie instead of a series because CGI budget for the Marvel shows versus a Marvel movie, 2 totally different things, and it shows.
Yeah.
So this is going to be definitely CGI heavy. You're having Armor Wars. You're having a crazy ass battles and awesome and hopefully. But it's going to require a lot. And I don't think they're going to be able to acquire that and do it well enough on a TV show versus now doing it in a movie. I think it'll be better. At least visually, it will look better. I don't know. I can't really speak to the quality of the episodic format of the story versus the 2.5 hour movie version. What is going to get the better execution? Probably this TV show because you get multiple hours versus a couple. But at the end of the day, if they tell a good story, but it looks like shit, people are only going to talk about how bad it looked and compare it to like how the movies, and that's all they're going to focus on.
Yeah.
Like how She-Hulk, people are still bitching about the CGI. I get it. But there's other things to talk about. So that's where I feel like this would be a big pitfall. So I am definitely in favor of this being a movie.
I'm with you there. Like I just with the excitement alone of like what could come with it. Like you're getting all these the Iron Man suits. I don't know what else you got to call them, but you're gonna get a multiple versions of this. It's better viewing on a bigger screen, just for entertainment value alone.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Louie? Where do you kind of weigh in?
I want my board. Go ahead and play it, Devin, before I go on.
Nah, you're good.
Okay, so I like the idea of more movies. I feel like they work harder on the movies. I feel like they do a better job at the movies. Everybody and their brother shit on Thor: Love and Thunder, and they also shit on Multiverse of Madness.
I'm right there with you. I love both of those movies.
I'm on record saying I love them both.
Yeah.
I think they're both fucking awesome. My thing is, and Tom, this is where you're going to disagree with me. My thing is, I feel like with the shows, sometimes they just need some filler. And you just like, get on with it, man. If I don't have to watch a whole episode of Armor Wars where Justin Hammer is checking his phone to see if fucking some girl texted him back the whole fucking episode, I'm fine with that. If you had to cut that so you could have a movie instead, that's fine with me. Let's get on with the fucking program here.
I'm not going to disagree.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Episode 7 of She-Hulk. Fuck that.
No, it just like, here's the thing. Like, I'm watching it from like a comedic value, and I had that, like, I thought that episode was completely, it wasn't necessary. You can erase that episode and just give me that scene at the end and throw it at the end of the wedding episode. 100%. However, I was very tickled by the human bull and the
man bull.
Yeah, that's it. Man bull and what was his porcupine?
The swash. The
Seosin,
oh yeah, the porcupine.
Vampire. Like all of it. Like I was just tickled by all of it. So
how do you feel, Devin? We're back on episode 7 of She-Hulk.
He's still upset. With that being said, you have a very good point of like, yeah, like let's fucking get to it. So if you're gonna cut a bunch of like useless stuff to make this story move along, then fucking why not?
I have one more thing to bitch about, right? So this porcupine guy was sitting there doing his thing, and I was like, thinking it was going to be someone that we knew or something, and then they made such a big deal out of him taking his mask off. Just some guy. I was like, what the fuck, man? Just some
anyone
dude
can wear the mask.
Yeah,
anyone can be the porcupine.
Oh,
you know,
like,
I
who the fuck is
thing.
that?
Like at
I
one
thought it
point
was
or
gonna
another,
do, like,
Louie, you're setting yourself up for failure. No,
I guess, man. I mean,
you know, Louis,
I'll take the little failures like that though. Over,
I
some
also
colossal
thought
thing.
like, oh, is it going to be like it was a joke about this whole thing, but now it actually could be someone like big deal or like we recognize who this person is. No, it's just some dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I
looked like Ron Funches before he lost all of his weight.
Yeah, but it wasn't Ron. I love Ron Funches. If there's
That's what it looked like.
If there was a death, I hope he has Ron Funches' voice.
oh god. But you know, if we're talking about She-Hulk-ish again, I am honestly at this point in favor. I am going to be disappointed if Howard the Duck doesn't show up, and I 100% put the blame on that feeling on Brian, Mr. Marvel himself, because he's talked about his theories and all these rumors and everything. And I'm at the point where, okay, if this person shows up, if this happens, where the fuck is Howard the Duck? Now, you know what? They should have put Howard the Duck in that goddamn, like, Emil Blonsky little circle of misfits. But it would have been hilarious. Yeah, he doesn't think he needs therapy, but he's still there. I thought it'd been hilarious if Howard the Duck was there.
He fought in the Endgame war. All right, where were those 5?
Yeah, where was the Red Guardian during the Endgame war?
In jail,
prison.
Or was he blipped?
What an asshole!
Was he?
No, people came back at the point. I can't remember who was blipped. We need to do a thing of who was blipped and who wasn't. There probably is already.
I don't think they showed if he was blipped or not.
Oh yeah, because that took place before Endgame. Yeah,
that was the Civil War thing.
Yeah, he could easily.
He was out of prison. Yeah, he should have been out there. He should have been out there punching Thanos, but he wasn't.
So should have Yelena.
We'll probably get a blip reference, and
but I guess she doesn't talk about her actual family, so she probably didn't think.
Well, she was blipped. Yelena was blipped.
Yeah,
they showed it in
but all the blipped people came back, so she should have been there.
Yeah, but they probably didn't. Well,
No, that's the point I'm making. Is that it's not like she told Wong or Doctor Strange that, by the way, I have some assassin family that we could
exactly
in a pinch.
She kept that stuff secret as much as she could.
The Red Guardian could have taken down Thanos in a fucking arm wrestling match.
He would have arm wrestled the shit out of him. He would have been asking if Captain America remembered him the whole time.
I think Red Guardian would have died on that battlefield. If he fought Thanos, I think he would have died.
It would have been like, Captain America, remember me, your arch nemesis, Red Guardian.
He would have.
Why are you white now? Because I fought Isaiah Bradley.
True. Oh, yeah,
you did your homework before this episode, didn't you?
I made sure to remember the names you gave me. Those are
the 2 names.
The redemption right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was practicing the mirror, Contessa, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. And then I was just like, as soon as I got Isaiah Bradley,
get this shit right.
I was going to come back prepared.
He was at the hockey game you were at tonight. Who if you were there, like, hey man, are you having a good time? You paying attention? You're like, what? Because you're just reiterating yourself. That's the deal. Like, fuck. Fuck. Why am I here? Maybe ruin my thought. Gotta start all over.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What a good night. What a good night this has been.
Definitely, yeah. We're just getting started.
You guys, can I give you guys some compliments? Right now, you guys have a great show.
Absolutely not.
Since being on, I haven't heard my episode because I don't care to hear myself. But
you should listen to it. It's a fun one.
I really enjoy your show. It's fun, and then I do like the random tangents. I like how Louie tries to keep the dreamers grounded.
So many random tangents.
That is the perfect way to describe it. Keep the dreamers grounded.
Yeah, because you don't like theories. I love it. You just
some of the shit they say though, man.
It was Wong was a Kang variant, and you just shit on that the entire next episode.
Wang the Conqueror. Hashtag
Wang the Conqueror. That was you, wasn't it?
That was me.
Yeah, that was you two talking about Wang the Conqueror.
Again in the next episode, and you're just shat on it for 10 minutes. I'm I'm not even here to defend my theory.
I have brought it up every
there's
episode.
No fucking way.
I have brought it up every episode since you were on
basing
top.
It on if I'm basing this on anything, you look at Loki, look at all the Loki variants. They don't all look the same. So maybe Kang variant is Wong and they don't know.
No fucking way. That's That's Mr. Marvel talking about, I think Thor is going to be in Loki season 2. Thor is not going to be in Loki season 2. Okay? He's just not.
I just but I love it. And then I wanted to I saw this thing the other day on the internet of how Marvel Legends Toys has announced Mephisto. And I was like, what does that mean for the MCU? And I just want to watch Devin go insane a little bit.
Fucking molecule,
the Mephisto,
man. Mephisto's obviously showing up in Agatha Harkness in the Book of Chaos, right?
Coven of Chaos.
My bad. I'm sorry.
The Coven of House of Harkness.
Next episode, I'm going to have that episode. I'm going to have that name.
The House of the Coven of Darkness and Chaos.
Yeah.
It's Chaos Covenant magic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Mephisto's in it. Is what I'm going for.
Definitely, dude.
Yeah.
Who's been fucking up everything? It's been Agatha all along.
Hey, and that clip too about like why we've been delayed on podcasts. And then it was like, who's been fucking up our whole podcast? It's been Devin all along. That was fucking genius. That's just good content.
Oh my god! You know what's funny? I had that idea come into my head while I was trying to get finally caught up and edit these episodes, and I decided to go on a 30-minute tangent of me coming up with these graphics and doing all this stuff while I literally have Adobe open of me with not editing what I'm supposed to be doing and showing how I'm further extrapolating my issue of like delaying everything because I'm a terrible procrastinator. Thanks, ADHD. So I'm glad you
that tickled me. I thought it was great.
Some people would like responded saying, "Dude, this is fucking hilarious." I'm like,
no, you guys put out good content. Like I'm a legit fan. Like what I love from this is like
we're a fan of you, Tom. We love you.
And like now, like you have the two girls, one multiverse on. They're funny as hell. I enjoyed the whole Shrek tangent. Louie, I wish you were there for it.
I haven't listened to it yet, but now I'm gonna have to.
I'm not gonna lie.
There's like 30 minutes of Shrek.
Louie, I'm not gonna lie. I am partially nervous for you to listen to that episode.
It's unbelievable. Like I'm half. I was at the halfway point because I was listening to all of your stuff today because it got all released yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I just dropped a massive dump of episodes.
Yeah, so like I listened to the 2 Eeyore episodes of Louie, and then I heard the. And then I heard like your episode 5 review, and then I'm halfway through the episode 6 review, which you haven't even started the review yet. It's just like fucking Shrek, hot Shrek. That's my dream man right there. I fucking, you know what? Me too.
The fucking Eeyore episodes,
bro. That episode was so much fun. It was insane. Like that's why I said, Louie, I'm kind of nervous for you to listen to that because if you were there, you're probably like, "Oh my god, Devin, how did you bring these people on? You are making your problem worse."
So if the two girls from Multiverse is listening, yeah, you guys are great. I would love to guest on your show anytime. Like I want to pick your brains. You guys seem brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, Sam and Meg they were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
definitely listen to their podcast. Definitely invite them on to your show.
Yeah,
that was the first time ever guesting on a podcast. I asked them beforehand. I was like, "Have you guys ever been on like before or anything?" Because they've only been their show's only been around for like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
So, but they brought the energy, man.
Oh, they were great. Like that was like I told you before the show, like Chef's Kiss. I was entertained, and that's what I love. Like you guys have a podcast where I will literally be in public and like listening to a podcast, and I will laugh, and it is great. Like it's not just MCU stuff that I love and have theories, but it's a lot of like entertainment. So I don't pump your tires a little bit there, and just just well done across the board.
You are so fucking Canadian. I'm sorry.
Well, no doubt about it, bud.
No, but in all serious though, like I hope that doesn't sound offensive though. But like, for real though, thank you. Then we do this because it's fun. We do this because we wanted to have a good time, and it's also like, it's passion. It's a passion project, but also like this is awesome. Like we get a chance to like nerd out, and I don't even know if like nerd out is like qualified to say anymore because everyone's a nerd at this point in our life and like pop culture. But it's awesome.
They talk about that in the first episode of the Tom podcast.
Hell yeah, man!
Being a nerd is the whole thing.
It all comes full circle.
It's all connected, and the fact that you just like brought up the show too, man. Like I know that is our one big critique about our podcast is they talk a lot about Star Trek, and we do. It is a problem, but it's also like the one thing that me and my cousin it bonded me and my cousin is just like. Because we didn't know each other from Adam. Now we fucking bicker like an old married couple. It's fucking hilarious just watching us go at it. I'm like, how the fuck where do you get off of these opinions? And then you just fucking, like, now we're like real family of just like, fucking, what did you say? And it's great.
Yeah, now you're past the honeymoon phase of like being okay if like some.
Like the being polite has gone out the window. It's just like now you're like, I'm going to talk to you like your family. Like where the fuck do you get off?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a truth bomb on you, Sean, and I'm gonna tighten it up right here.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're already getting
buddy. There's no way the maple log is the best donut here in Canada.
Well, no, I'll tell you right now, the Boston cream. You get it down to Tim Hortons. It's a fucking good, and you go get your double over at Timmy Ho's there, bud. I tell you what, there.
Oh,
You know, one thing I fucking hate about the Midwest and the U.S. In Illinois, I don't know if there's a single Tim Hortons right here. But when I lived in Indiana, there was two
not a
in Fort
chance.
Wayne. Great.
There was one in
And
New York City, and I went to it, and I was just like, feel like home.
There's also some in Michigan. So whenever we go to the studio for the band, there's a Tim
Yeah.
Hortons like 10-minute drive, and I am always up early. Go over there. It's great.
Yeah, love me some Timmy O's. I kind of, and this isn't like, it's not a knock. It kind of upsets me that it's not exclusively Canadian anymore.
Yeah,
Like-
that's fair. That's like how we feel about Portillo's.
Yeah.
It's not like
That's a
it's,
thing
you
I
know,
know
Hell yeah.
it's all over the place.
you better put some more curds on this poutine here, buddy.
I tell
Where
you
are you
what,
coming
there.
up with all this, Louie? I'm impressed.
Fucking Canada, eh?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what were we talking
That's
about
the
before all
fucking
this?
best.
Um,
Who
wait,
cares?
so Wolverine's in Deadpool.
Yes, Wolverine is in Deadpool.
So
Well, I was pumping your tires before about how like great of a show you guys were doing.
before
Even
we
before
go,
that,
because I got a whole hot chicken sandwich and a cheeseburger sitting in my tummy ready to come out. I do have to ask you, when you saw that, how long did it take for you to go, oh my god, Louie must be fucking losing his mind right now?
Honestly, that was the first thing I thought of. As soon as like, because that was the first thing I did is I sent it to your Earth 894 Instagram because I just went like, I was just hoping like I don't know who answered it. I was just like, I was hoping for
Always
we're
Devin.
getting Wolverine, but then Devin was just like, yeah, I know, dude, it's exciting. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
but
most-
So
you guys were literally the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
I think that says a lot too, because like a lot of people, you know, when people like something, right? You usually quote what is like a popular phrase or what's said or like an inside joke on something, right? For us, it is 100% we're getting Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like how many people were just like immediately like DMing us or like tagging us or like whatever because they know Louie fucking is campaigning, has been campaigning, has been the champion. We literally got him drawn by Emily.Sweetheart. Go check out her Instagram to be the fucking Wolverine. So the fact like people's first thought is like, oh my God, Louie. We need to go like send all the camera crew, send all the news out there, get the reporters outside of his front door right now. We need to get a first statement from when Mr. Tonarini walks out that door and like, we want to know, sir, it's finally been announced. Hugh Jackman will be returning with Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool 3 and will be MCU canon. What do you have to say?
we're getting Wolverine. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man. So I do have one more thing to say. Devin does all the response on Instagram, but sometimes I'll throw a little nugget in there just for funsies. But
Yeah.
the other day he was talking to you and he had a whole conversation and then I was like, love you. Sent it
I love
over.
you. I just said,
He
love
said
you
the
too,
whole
to be
fucking
polite.
yeah. He said the whole thing and I was like, love you. And he said, oh, love you too. And I was like, dude, he responded.
Yeah, Louis texted back and says like, hey, look what I said to Tom. And I was like, oh my God. And then you know exactly you
No,
responded.
I said, hey man, I responded to Tom for you. And he's like, oh, thanks. I said, you shouldn't say thanks.
Yeah, don't like me yet. I'm like, oh, why would I be mad?
No, it's just good manners. Someone says you love you, you gotta say I love you back.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Well, I guess one Canadian didn't follow that rule, and that's pretty much the whole plot of How I Met Your Mother. Robin
Well,
didn't say I love you back to
well
Mr.
said.
Mosby.
if you want to have a debate, I am one of those people that think the ending of How I Met Your Mother is actually excellent.
I agree.
My God, you exist?
Yes.
No one
Sorry.
else is out there?
It's okay. I mean,
The reason
don't
why
hate it.
Well, everyone else seemed to.
I get it, and I totally respect them for sticking to their guns of having, like, they wrote the final episode when they started the show.
Yeah.
Totally respect it because they knew what their end game was, you know, to tie it into Marvel.
Yeah.
They knew how it was supposed to end the whole time. So they know exactly what they need to do totally in between, just like what
Yeah.
Rowling did with Harry Potter. And the whole point of it is to show that, yes, he finally met the woman of his dreams, finally got the mother, like brought him 2 beautiful children to the world, finally found her. But the reality is not everything is like totally cased in
Life
gold
isn't
and like
perfect.
like, yeah. And that's what we see. Ted, sometimes it's from his own doing, 100%, and he takes ownership for that. And like he fucks up along the way, but there's like what's most important. You have the people you love in your life, your friends and your family, who will always be there to support you and help you out of those dark times. But also, he went through a lot of shit. So much shit. Like literally having a crazy ex destroying all of his stuff outside, burning outside his apartment.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's when I realized, like, I'm not here to date anymore. Like, I'm here to actually, like, finally, like, it's time. But, like, he goes through so much shit. And then finally get that one woman of his dreams. She dies. Totally, like, out of the blue, all that. What does this poor guy finally deserve? Happiness.
Yeah.
And if, like, there's some happiness and it's there in Robin again, like, and his kids are saying, hey, dude, or hey, dad, we want you to be happy. You deserve it.
And the story,
we get it. It makes sense. And that's why I'm okay with it.
well, also the story is about Robin. You get it from the first episode.
Yeah.
This is how I met your Aunt Robin. As much as it's about how I met your mother, it's like, here's all the ups and downs I went through with your Aunt Robin, so you know she's important. And then it has this beautiful message of like, even in heartbreak, life isn't over. You can continue living and you can fall in love again. And it's a beautiful fucking message.
Exactly.
Doesn't this new movie, The Woman King, look like a Dora Milaje origin story?
100%. That's exactly what I thought that was.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was too at first. But it's supposed to be like the whole story about the Amazons.
It's got like Maria Rambeau in it, and it looks like a Dora Milaje origin story. So yeah, it's got Wong's girlfriend Maria Rambeau and Viola Davis in it, and they no, I wish.
Sarah.
Wongers, can we get Froyo? We can talk about The Sopranos. Fucking.
How long until they make at Avengers Campus, they make like a Froyo as a new snack item or something?
I feel like if they're gonna do Froyo, it's gonna be the Infinity Cones. Thor, Love and Thunder.
I still feel like Infinity Cones is a little too soon in universe. I don't care. It's hilarious. But I think
it's like 6 years after the fact of that.
Yeah, but like still imagine like that is the dude who literally wiped out half of existence across the entire known universe. And then we're already like making an ice cream version of it. Because it's not the Nano Gauntlet. It's the actual Infinity Gauntlet with the stones and everything there. I'd be like, yo, man, that guy really fucked up everything.
Well,
and we're gonna name an ice cream shop after his like tool of mass destruction. If I was an Earthling with no powers or anything, I'd be writing some nasty tweets. I'd be posting on some Reddit forums. I'd be doing a letter campaign. But as a fan, I think it's clever and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So needless to say, it has no effect on my own realistic life, and it's okay. But if I was a character in that world, I'd be a little hurt.
The ice cream would have to be really fucking good.
What do you think the ice cream flavors would be at an Infinity Cones?
Well, obviously, you got your soul ice cream, you got your time ice cream, you got your...
Ooh, true. Okay, so let's knock it down. All right, so you have the stones, right?
Yeah.
So what flavor is going to be green? What's going to be your time? Is that a mint? Is that an apple?
That's your chocolate mint. That's what that is.
You just say
chocolate
apple?
Mint. Okay. I love
You're
chocolate
fired.
ice cream.
Tom,
I'm boring.
You're the new co-host of Earth 894.
Yes.
You don't talk about apple ice cream. Apple. Get out of here, Devin.
Like, why are you encouraging Devin? Why are you encouraging him?
Apple. It's definitely mint chocolate chip.
I don't think so. I don't get mint and chocolate chip. That looks like a more of like a sour green apple or a watermelon.
Like what you're doing is you gotta make it work with the ice cream. So you're gonna make it mint chocolate chip. Find me another. Also, green apple ice cream. Get the fuck out of here. That's disgusting.
Thank you.
Green apple everything is the worst.
What? Where have you had green apple ice cream? What are you talking about?
How does green apple sound disgusting?
Have you ever had a green apple Jolly Rancher?
What is that to do? What? does
When
that
have you
fair?
had green apple ice cream?
Have you had a green apple Jolly Rancher?
Sure, yes.
It's the worst one. What makes you think that their number out of their top 6 sales is going to be a fucking green apple ice cream? Come on, Devin, tighten it up. This is a serious
It's definitely the
podcast.
worst one. He's correct. It's definitely the worst one.
Tighten it up.
I have never felt so attacked on my own house.
And then obviously you got like a creamsicle flavor for the Soul Stone, so that's orange. You got like a creamsicle
All right,
kind
hold
of
on.
thing.
I can't believe this has turned from. We set out at the beginning of this episode to talk about Wolverine and Deadpool and some other Marvel news, and now I'm literally typing into Google green flavored ice cream so I can look up other fucking options to
It's
help
mint.
defend my point.
It's fucking mint.
What are you gonna
I
come
would
up with? Like Kiwi Delight? Tighten it up.
No,
Fucking key lime pie or mint, and it's
Okay.
not key lime pie.
I would take green tea, matcha flavor, key lime pie over.
This is
mint.
not Japan, Devin.
You
We
just
live in
open up
we live
your
in
own
New
hipster
Asgard.
coffee joint across the road. All right.
But the reason is like the green. you
I get
actually
my
see of the
coffee at
stone
Tim
doesn't
Hortons
look like
down the
mint.
road, bud.
You can't tell me the time stone color would make you
No,
think
it
of
does
mint
not.
ice
But
cream.
I don't think that that's what they're going for. I'm just thinking you're gonna have colors that semi-match.
The blue one is Cookie Monster.
Pistachio. Blue one is Cookie Monster.
Yeah, it's blue ice cream and pieces of cookie.
The Space Stone
I know
is
what it
Cookie
fucking is.
Monster.
Blue flavored ice cream. Let's see what that. Yeah, Blue Moon. Blue Moon
It-
flavored ice cream.
That's
It's
a
actually
beer,
really
bud.
big out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Raspberry, blue raspberry, blueberry.
Blue raspberry is the second worst Jolly Rancher.
That's up for debate. I would say watermelon.
Or flavored ice cream. What the fuck? That sounds inhumane.
That's where Smurfs is.
I cannot believe this is what's tearing.
I
us
can't wait
apart.
for you to post just this part on our Instagram or TikTok. of
What
me
kind of
and-
ice cream do you think is going to be at Infinity
Tom
Cove?
and
up,
I
hold
attacking
up.
you.
Okay, so Marvel released, I think it was last year or maybe it was end of 2020, the Marvel Eats the Universe, whatever, line of like merchandise, whatever. You probably saw it if you went to like a box lunch. They had a lot of the stuff in there. They had a Marvel cookbook, and I'm curious if there was a recipe for it.
Was shawarma in there?
Probably. Ice cream recipe in Marvel cookbook. I might have to look further into it. Wait. Okay, whatever. Okay, so Soulstone. What's that ice cream flavor gonna be?
I feel like the green one, actually, now I'm changing my answer. It's going to be the Hulka Burnin' Fudge.
They don't have rights to that. That's Ben and Jerry's.
Haagen-Dazs? Oh, is it Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Ben
it was
and Jerry's. You don't have
Yeah.
rights to that. It's a good idea, but they don't have the rights. The
Stark
lawsuit
Raving
waiting
Hazel.
to happen.
Soulstone
Raspberry
is
Sorbet.
Which stone are we on?
orange. Soulstone, so that's orange.
Orange. So I figured like it'd be like an orange creamsicle kind of thing, like an orange cream swirl.
I can go with that. Do you agree, Louie? Is there something we're actually going to agree on in a fucking ice cream flavor?
It's
Yeah, I feel
fucking
like-
mango, you fools.
There's no better orange one.
Yeah.
He's right.
It's elephant peanut flavored. You know, the orange peanut candy that tastes like powder. You know what I'm talking about?
There are some things we just don't get in Canada. That
Oh
might
my
be
God.
one of them.
If you Google it, you'd probably recognize it. It's
Like how
Lucky
you guys
you.
don't have
No, it
ketchup
doesn't.
chips.
Yeah, we do. We have Menards.
It's Lay's ketchup chips. You don't have that?
I don't know if they're Lay's, but we have ketchup chips.
Oh yeah, we've seen these. Yeah, we have.
All right. I have to say, though, I hear my wife upstairs going to bed. If I don't go to bed, she's going to yell at me. So I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Okay.
You gentlemen, have a good rest of your day. I love you both so fucking much. And we're getting Wolverine. Get Wolverine!
Guys, thanks again for having me. This was so much fun. Like I
Of
know
course.
there's a lot of like bullshit in this episode, but fuck was this fun.
It
It's
was
the best
very
kind
fun.
of episode.
Yeah.
Best
Let-
kind.
How about we end this with an actual ending?
Are we gonna give Louie a Star Wars?
Fuck.
A Star Wars trivia question?
You know what?
Rancor.
Louis,
Rancor?
I think I'll give you a pass this episode.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, because I don't want to keep you up too late. But to end this episode, we are very, very excited for Deadpool. But now We're Getting Wolverine has an entirely new meaning, and our universe will never be the same.
We got Wolverine! We're getting Wolverine!
Yeah, Louis, I guess the question I'll ask you to end the show off, when we actually get Wolverine on screen, what's going to be your next catchphrase? What are you going to say? We're getting what? We're getting who?
Who fucking cares?
We're getting Gambit!
Who cares? As long as Wolverine's not in the next thing, it's still We're Getting Wolverine. He's coming back.
Wolverine's returning! The return!
Oh, man. Well, that just about does it here for Earth 894. It's been a hell of an episode. Maybe one of the longest.
Best one yet.
But most it'll be one for the
real
books.
treat.
We made it this far and didn't tap out by the ice cream part. Kudos to you. Tell us what you think would be the best flavor of ice cream at Infinity Cones. And agree with me that mint ice cream or mint chocolate chip should not be the time stone. It should be something else.
Be green apple ice cream.
Yeah.
That way you can
Okay,
take one bite.
It's the
and
first
immediately
thing.
spit the shit out because it's disgusting.
It was the first thing I thought of. I'll come up with something better. But that does it for Earth 394. But Tom Sides, tell us about your podcast a little bit, where to find you, what's going on.
Yeah, so Two Sides Story Podcast. It's me and my cousin just giving each other shit like we did Devin about green apple ice cream. You can find us anywhere you find your podcast, Apple, Spotify, any of
Green Apple? That Apple.
Apple Podcasts,
Shut
Green
your
Apple
fucking
Podcasts,
mouth.
Red Apple Podcasts. Get your variations of the podcast wherever you want. We have variants of the podcast. So there's a Wang, there's a Kang, there's a Wong. You can follow us on our Instagram, Two Sides of Story Pod. You can email us, the number 2 Sides of Story Pod at gmail.com. Just give us your rants or give us like a hypothetical. We'll talk about it. It's a fun time. And
Ooh,
then,
a hypothetical, you said. I got one for you. I'll send you an email.
please do. And then you can find us there, and then just hit us up anywhere you want. We're semi-entertaining.
You're incredibly entertaining.
Thank you.
I still can't get over how amazing your podcast title is because of your story. Like, literally, your last name is Sides.
Yeah, it's
Two
brilliant.
Sides of the Story. Copyright that shit immediately if you haven't already.
We did in Canada.
But not in the U.S.
Hell yeah.
That's fine. I'm all about that.
Hey, Louie, I think we got to talk real quick. You want to stay on for a couple of seconds?
I'm all about that .ca, guys. Don't worry about it.
All right, man. Well, this has been a hell of an episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what your favorite thoughts are, or what you're looking forward to, or yada, yada. Anything we talked about, share it. Check the show notes for Tom Sides and Two Sides Story Podcast, where you can reach us and contact us. We're going to have some stuff coming in the store soon, so keep your eyes peeled. It's spooky, y'all. Like green apple spooky. This is Vera That Night 4. Give a review. Bye.
Bye. I'm fisting my boner ring.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.